It is finally time, Raider Nation, for the final mock draft that I'm going to be dropping right before the NFL goes live tomorrow. And we finally, with all the speculations and all the rumors out of the way, we finally get to hear the Raiders finally pick who they want at number 6. Everybody wants different type of players, but at the end of the day, it's up to the Raiders to pick the guy that they want, and maybe they could surprise us, or hopefully they could pick somebody that we all can get behind and just agree with and just enjoy. But before we get into that tomorrow, first things first, I want to let you guys know that I will be at the official Raiders party. I'm going to be covering it, the official Raiders draft party going down at Palms here in Las Vegas. I'm going to be catching the vibes over there, talking to the fans, talking to the alumni, getting everybody's reactions, predictions, the whole 9 yards. So if you guys are going to be at the official Raiders draft party tomorrow at the Palms, man, come and say what's up to your boy. I'm going to be vlogging and catching the whole vibes. With that being said, and out of the way, if this is the very first time you guys are coming across this channel and you love Raiders content, then hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. Now, I don't know why my phone's going off right now, but goddamn, I gotta turn it off. Okay, it's finally off. But with that said, let's dive right into this final mock draft. I think this is my 6th mock draft that I've done so far in the offseason. It's been quite a while since I actually have done this many mock drafts, but I've been a little bit more consistent this offseason, which is the reason why you guys have been showing a lot of love, and I do really appreciate it. Of course, we're gonna go with the Las Vegas Raiders. We're gonna go 7 rounds, and we're gonna make this fast right now. I know we got number 6, so it's going to be interesting to see who falls down to us at number 6. Now, I'm not going to do any trades. We're going to go straight down the list and get the 9 players that we are going to go out and get. So, number 1, Cam Ward. Of course, that's obvious. Abdul Carter going number 2 to the Browns. Travis Hunter going number 3. It seems like that's going to be the consensus top 3 picks. And then Will Campbell seems like he's going to be going over there to New England. And then Armand Mambo, which leaves Mason Graham, Ashton Jeanty, Shedeur Sanders, Will Johnson, Tetsuo McMillan. A lot of people thinking that Jalen Walker could be a pick that the Raiders might go out and get, but we got a lot of options here, and there's so many different directions that the Raiders can go in right now. But for me, I know everybody, I feel like the favorite right now is Ashton Jeanty. But I don't think that the Raiders are going to get Ashton Jeanty, because I believe if Shedeur Sanders is still on the board right now, they are going to pick him, and that's what I'm going to do in this mock draft. Let's get Shedeur Sanders with the 6th overall pick. Guys, relax. I know some of you guys might be having your panties in a bunch right now, but the Raiders need to get the quarterback of the future. I know that we got Geno Smith, but we have to have an answer for the future. And I don't think there's going to be any time that the Raiders are going to be this high in the NFL draft to go and get a quarterback. So why not go and double dip at the quarterback position in the offseason? You get the guy for right now, and you get the guy of the future. And Shedeur Sanders is the most accurate quarterback in this year's draft, and I think is the perfect quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders' future. Now, going into the 2nd round, now this is where we could kind of get a little bit we could go in so many different directions right now. We can go out and address the defensive side of the ball. We could go out and get the running back. We could go out and get the wide receiver of the future. But 2 positions I'm really thinking about right now is running back and possibly getting somebody in the secondary, or maybe even linebacker. So right now, let's look at the running backs. We got Travion Henderson, who is my favorite running back in this year's draft, which is why I would rather wait. Instead of getting somebody in the 1st round, I'd rather get somebody in the 2nd round. But, of course, we could go with so many different options here. Wide receivers, Trey Harris is on the board, Jalen Noel, Jalen Royals. We got Jaden Higgins, Kyle Williams, a lot of great options right here. Offensive tackles, there's some solid ones right here. Offensive guard, I don't really think that we need to address the offensive line just yet. I think our offensive line was good, but we could still address the offensive line a little bit later. Now, the defensive side of the ball, Kenneth Grant would be great on the defensive line. Siobhan Revel is a name that has been making his rounds. Xavier Watts is one of my favorite. Carson from UCLA, linebacker, would be great. Let me see, secondary, Xavier Watts, Makuba, cornerback, man, Benjamin Morrison. We got Siobhan right here. It's a lot of great picks right here. But I think edge, let's see, Landon Jackson would be great. Even getting JT Tuimoloau out. I don't even know how I'm butchering this name, and he's Samoan too. But I'm going to go on the offensive side of the ball because my favorite running back is right here, Travion Henderson. We're selecting him. Let's get the quarterback of the future, and let's get the running back of the future as well. I believe he's going to end up being one of the top running backs in this year's draft. He can do it all. He's great in pass pro, and he can catch out the backfield and take, and be good in the backfield as well to take one to the house. So he's a perfect running back for the Raiders. Now in the third round, of course, we could go in so many different directions. Kyle Williams is sitting here, Jaden Higgins, two wide receivers. That would be great, but I'm going to address that a little bit later. The offensive tackle position, we don't have to worry about right now, but I want to go on the defensive side of the ball right here. And looking at the list, Kevin Winston is right there, Alfred Collins, Omar Norman Lott. We got Shamar Turner. Let's look at the linebacker position. Chris Paul. We can wait a little bit. Ooh, Benjamin Morrison is still here. Dorian Strong, let's see. Kevin Winston. Ooh, oh man. Look at the edge. Whew, this is kind of tough, Raider Nation. Let's look at the wide receivers. It would be kind of weird of me to go all offense so far, but that might be the direction I'm gonna go in. I've been really high on Kyle Williams and Jaden Higgins, even though he's not my number one quarterback. I mean, he's not my number one wide receiver. I'm a real big Tetsuo McMillan fan this year, but if we could get someone kind of like him, I think the Raiders would be good. So I think getting Jaden Higgins over here in the third round, you get a solid wide receiver that could be a wide receiver one, but he could pair up well with Jacoby Myers and everybody else that we have over here. Now, going into the fourth round, this is where I'm going to go on the defensive side of the ball, and there's going to be a lot of different picks that the Raiders can go in. Now, safety position, R.J. Mickens, Malachi Moore, Craig Woodson, a lot of the big ones got taken off the board. Now, look at linebacker. We do need linebacker help, and one of my favorite linebackers right here, which I don't want to wait too long on it. Dorian Strong is here. Noah Williams, which I think Noah would be somebody I could get a little bit later, as well as Kobe Bryant. Let's look at the linebacker. I'm definitely going to address that right now. Jack Sawyer, wouldn't mind him. Defensive tackles, kind of all over the place. Okay, so right now I'm going to go to the cornerback position, or not the cornerback, the linebacker position, and I'm going to go get the guy that I want. Danny Stutzman and Teddy Buchanan are two linebackers that I think really can help this defense out, and right now I'm going to go with Danny Stutzman out of Oklahoma. I just believe that he's the typical Raider linebacker, and he could be a guy that can definitely run the defense for a couple of years, and especially knowing that we need, some linebacker help, it wouldn't hurt to add him to the roster. Now, no, got taken. And safety position, ooh. Now, this is what happens when I wait a little long. Now, I feel like I want to double dip on the linebacker position because we do have a lot of needs there. Let's look at the picks that we have right now. We got Shedeur Sanders in the first round. We got Travion Henderson. We got Jaden Higgins, Danny Stutzman. Okay, let's see if we can adjust the offensive line a little bit. Anthony Belton is there. Johnny Cornelius is a solid one. Jack Nelson, I like that. Jonah Monheim. So there's picks here. I think I want to go with Johnny. Ooh, I think I could wait. I'm gonna wait a little bit because I love this line. I love these two linebackers so much. Teddy Buchanan. So I'm gonna double dip on the linebacker position. Danny Stutzman and Teddy Buchanan. You get them and add them to the defense right now. I think you'd be solid. Looking at the safety room, I'm gonna go get Sebastian Castro, somebody that I like in this year's draft, and I don't think it would be a bad pick right here. I know a lot of people might think that I'm getting him a little bit too early, but chill. We got about 3 more picks right now for the Raiders, and so far we've addressed the quarterback of the future. We got a running back, we got wide receiver, 2 linebackers, we got a safety. I think going to the cornerback room, we don't really need to go there. Whew. All right, let's see. Ooh, Jack Nelson is still there. Why not? Add an offensive tackle. We could add an offensive lineman here. We still got another pickup right here. So see, running back. I think we can wait a little bit for running back in the undrafted free agency market because I think there's going to be a lot of running backs that are going to be there. Donovan Edwards seems like a name. Trevor Etienne, even Jaquavius Marks, and one guy that's been kind of on my radar a little bit has been Lan Larison out of UC Davis. Kind of reminds me, I know, ironically, of Christian McCaffrey. Not saying that he's the next Christian McCaffrey, but he could be somewhat up there. Now, maybe we could double dip at the wide receiver position, and if he's here, he's here. I'm going to go out and get Jimmy Horn Jr., only for the fact that he knows Shedeur Sanders and he can pair up well with Shedeur Sanders. You get another wide receiver later on in the draft, and I feel like you'd be okay. Now, I know we didn't really adjust the defensive side of the ball that much, but I think this draft so far, to me, is pretty solid, and I know a lot of people might think otherwise, but who cares? And now in the 7th round with the 222nd pick, I think I'm going to go with the cornerback position. And looking at what's left, hey, I'm just going to go with my guy BJ Adams out of UCF. And that's going to conclude my final mock draft for our Las Vegas Raiders, a 7-round mock draft. You guys can let me know what grade you would give this mock draft. How bad was it? Because I know a lot of you guys are going to complain about it. I just kind of went off the riff with it. But we get Shedeur Sanders in the first round, Travion Henderson in the second round, Jaden Higgins in the third round. We get 3 solid players on the offensive side of the ball because we know we can use it. We get Danny Stutzman, Teddy Buchanan, 2 linebackers that could be the future of the Raiders defense, especially at the linebacker position after letting go of Robert Spillane, Divine Diablo. We need some linebacker depth. Even though we brought some guys in, I know they're a little bit past their time, and I know Devin White and all the other guys that we brought in are going to be here for a little bit, but we need those guys that are going to be the future of this defense, kind of like KJ Wright and Bobby Wagner and what they were able to do over there in Seattle. Not saying that they're going to be the Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright of this defense, but you never know. Right? Sebastian Castro, versatile on the defensive side of the ball in the secondary, can use more depth there. Jack Nelson to help out with the offensive line. We get Jimmy Horn Jr., who can be a wide receiver that could be a huge steal in this year's draft. And he already has that rapport with Shedeur Sanders. So down the line, when they play together, everything's going to be clicking already, man. And then BJ Adams to add in the last round, just to add some more depth in the secondary. I think so far, this is a solid mock draft for me. Off the rip, off the top of the dome, Raider Nation, let me know what you guys think about this mock draft. Who would you guys want to get with the 6th overall pick in this year's draft? Or you think the Raiders are going to trade back? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Until the next one, or until tomorrow, I'll see y'all later. It's your boy, Simone Raider, and your boys. Yeah.